Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Friday, January 24th, 2025. State Route 247 is one of the most dangerous roads in the Morongo Basin. Known locally as Old Woman Springs Road, the two-lane highway connecting Yucca Valley and Barstow serves as a major thoroughfare in our community, connecting 29 Palms Highway with Flamingo Heights, Landers, Johnson Valley, and more. The last decade has seen a number of fatal collisions on the highway. California Highway Patrol Public Information Officer Michael Radford and Traffic Officer Jake Griffith were guests on the Z107.7 Up Close show last week, and with host Gary Daigneault, they discussed the causes of and possible solutions to the large number of collisions on the highway.
247 has been a problem for a long time, mostly because of long areas where there's no passing and people get frustrated. Is that the primary cause for those problems?
That's right, Gary. And, I think it was specifically 2023, we had several fatalities on the 247 head-on collisions, people that were just too in a hurry to obey the law and drive safe and passing in unsafe places. So, 247, I think this past year we haven't seen as much of that, which is good. We've upped our enforcement there.
And Caltrans seems to be making some adjustments to the road to try to make it safer.
There have been some striping changes, again, to add a little bit more areas of double yellow lines. However, without those barriers, people think that it's still safe. Their vision tricks them. They don't see a rise in the road or a hill or a curve, and they think that they can pass safely, and then another vehicle coming towards them may be just coming over a hill, and then unfortunately those major fatal crashes are happening because of that.
Does the local CHP office work with Caltrans? Would you guys go to them and say, hey, there's a problem in this area, could you take a look at it? Is there any input there?
We have had meetings with Caltrans, and that's above our pay grade, but yes, we've had several meetings with Caltrans about suggestions that we've made in the areas.
So if someone feels that an adjustment could be made, should they let you know, or Caltrans, or where would they take that?
Yeah, we patrol the roads, but Caltrans is going to be the group that makes those changes. We can make recommendations, but they have engineers and teams that make those choices of where they're going to put dividers and widening lanes and all that kind of stuff. That's engineering stuff that is not up to us necessarily.
You can hear their full conversation by listening to the Z107.7 Up Close show as a podcast at our website or wherever you get your podcasts. If you're receiving food stamps, you may be entitled to some reimbursement for food lost during this month's power outages. And with an extended filing period, it's not too late to file a claim. After outages hit Southern California Edison customers throughout the Morongo Basin, many people in our community lost food that may have spoiled in powerless refrigerators and freezers. The San Bernardino County Transitional Assistance Department will reimburse food stamp recipients for up to 70% of what they received on days where power was out. The Morongo Basin was mostly without power on January 8th and 9th. Food stamp recipients typically only have 10 days to apply for the reimbursement, but owing to the severity and scope of the outages, the deadline to make a claim for the January outages has been extended to February 6th. No receipts nor photos or other proof of spoiled food are required for the reimbursement. You can find the form at a link at this story at Z107.7 FM.com. The High Desert Beekeepers Association will swarm for their monthly meeting tomorrow. On their agenda is a discussion about beekeeping goals for the new year, as well as information about a new experiment from Randy Oliver. The association wants you to bring your questions, ideas, and opinions to the meeting, which is happening at noon at Rainbow Stew, located at 55509 29 Palms Highway in Yucca Valley. You can attend remotely via a Zoom link in this story at Z107.7 FM.com. Be there or be square. The Yucca Valley Flute Circle will meet tomorrow. They say the new year brings opportunities to play together at Flute Circle meetings and elsewhere. You and your friends are invited to share a new flute insight, phrase, or song at the meeting. Available accompaniment includes rattles, drums, and other musical instruments. The Yucca Valley Flute Circle meets at 4 p.m. at Rainbow Stew, located at 55509 29 Palms Highway in Yucca Valley. Winter weather has the tendency to keep everyone indoors a little more, but it's also a great opportunity to cozy up with some good reading material while we wait for longer, warmer days. Joining us with a budget-friendly way to restock your bookshelves is online news editor Robert Hayden.
The Friends of the Yucca Valley Library are holding a clear-out sale featuring items of local interest as well as lots of books for kids. The nonprofit wants to give the kids section of their bookstore a bit of a refresh, so come fill a bag with kids' books for the cost of a single donation. The money raised will be used to purchase more science, technology, engineering, and mathematics kits. They'll also be restocking the kids section with fresh books as well. Don't worry, adults, you aren't left out of the sale. There'll be loads of books with a desert or local interest theme. They've been saving it up for the past year, and they'll be on sale for the low price of $1 to $3. The sale is this Saturday, starting at 9 a.m. and going until 12 o'clock noon. It's at the Yucca Valley Library branch just off Highway 62 and Joshua Lane in Yucca Valley. If you missed the sale, be sure to check out the Friends of the Yucca Valley Library bookstore, tucked right inside the entrance of the library branch. For more information on the organization and how you can join, head to yuccavalleyfol.org. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
Solar energy, power generation, and electricity shutoffs will be the topics at this year's Morongo Basin Conservation Association annual meeting. The organization is holding its 56th annual meeting tomorrow in the Yucca Room at the Yucca Valley Community Center. The keynote speaker will be Bernadette Del Chiero, Executive Director of the California Solar and Storage Association, who will discuss the state of rooftop solar and battery technology. Steve Blackledge, the Senior Director of Conservation America campaign, will speak about the effects of industrial-scale renewable energy developments on intact ecosystems and speak to the conservation value of prioritizing solar in built environments like roofs or parking lots. Beginning at 9:30 a.m., there will be an opportunity to speak with local solar contractors who will provide information on their services. The formal program will be at 10 a.m. Light breakfast and lunch will be served. In-person attendance is encouraged, but a Zoom link will be made available to everyone that registers at a link you can find at our website, Z107.7fm.com. Calling all dancers and movement artists. A local collective is hosting auditions for their next performance. Here is reporter Adeline J. Wells with more on how you can get involved.
The Dance Mojave Performance Collective is hosting auditions on Saturday, January 25th, for their next production, titled The Planets. The upcoming outdoor performance will be held May 9th and 10th at the Sky's the Limit Observatory and Nature Center in 29 Palms. Dances celebrating the wondrous components of our solar system will be set to the classic orchestral suite by Gustav Holst and original music by Jeremy Levi Sampson. Dance Mojave is a collective of creative movement artists and dancers in the Morongo Basin. The group put on its first performance, a desert-inspired rendition of the Nutcracker, in December. Dance Mojave aims to expand by offering technique classes and community-wide open audition performance opportunities to the high desert. All interested dancers and movement artists ages 7 and up are encouraged to try out. Those auditioning do not need to prepare any material in advance. A choreographer will lead prospective dancers through a movement section. Dancers are encouraged to wear comfortable dance or workout attire. Dance shoes, socks, or bare feet will all work well as footwear options. Auditions for The Planets will be held on Saturday, January 25th in the Choya Room at the Yucca Valley Community Center. Auditions for children ages 7 to 12 will begin at 1 p.m., with adult auditions to follow at 1:30 p.m. To register, visit this story at z1077fm.com or email dancemojave@gmail.com. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Adeline J. Wells.
And finally, crosstown high school sports rivalries came to a head yesterday. The boys' soccer teams from Yucca Valley High School and 29 Palms High School faced off against each other. In junior varsity, the Trojans bested the Wildcats with a final score of 11-1, and in varsity, Yucca Valley shut out 29 Palms with a final score of 5-0. The girls' basketball team from Yucca Valley High School and 29 Palms High School matched up yesterday as well. The Wildcats bested the Trojans with a final score of 48-33. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear about news happening, let us know. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm News Director Jeff Harmatz.